The Nova-class dreadnoughts have been the iron fist of the Earth Alliance since their inception, in 2225. The origin of this powerful ship was in a specification of the Earth force that required an heavy warship so powerful to stand against and defeat the main capital ships of the most advanced races known. In that period, the reference units were the Primus battlecruiser and the Meshaker battleship. While the Centauri were from all the points of view at least friends of the Earth Alliance, the Dilgars were correctly perceived as a potential menace. Both the Centauri and the Dilgars had a technology a lot more advanced than the Earth Alliance, particularly in the energy and propulsion area, with their capability to use gravitic propulsion systems. The possibility to build warships able to outrun and outmaneuver such units was deductively excluded, while the traditional power triad of firepower, armor, and star fury was pushed to its extreme consequences in this warship design. When the first alpha prototypes appeared, few among Earth Forces Officer Corps believed the ships would actually work. The massive array of guns simply seemed greater than any hull or power plant could withstand. At first, the doubters seemed correct, as initial tests showed a number of faults in the design. However, as time passed and refinements were made, the ship proved not only functional, but quite deadly. The few Nova Alpha were equipped with medium lasers, but the Nova Beta, the main production series, was equipped with the most powerful and innovative weapon systems of their era, plasma pulse cannons. At a length of some 1,500 meters, the Nova-class dreadnought operated with a crew of 250 officers and was capable of transport another 8,000 troops. The ship was powered by 4 fusion reactors and required maintenance every 18 months. The ship's main armament consisted of 18 twin plasma cannons, 6 heavy particle beam, 2 missile launching tubes with a standard load of 12 fusion missiles, 2 heavy plasma mortars. The ship's defense consisted of 8 to 10 meter armored hull, 22 Mark I defense grid energy projectors, 14 Mark I interceptors. The ship was fitted with 36 Star Furies that work as a complement and the real long arm and anti-fighter shield of these ships. The plasma weapons are intrinsically short-ranged, but there is no known ship that can engage a close-distance fight against a Nova and hope to come out unharmed. The long-range weapon system of the Nova was based upon 6 particle beam cannons and 2 missile launching tubes with a standard load of 12 missiles. At shorter distances, in the range of the main plasma cannons, the firepower of the Novas was, and is still today, qualifiable with a single word: devastating. Even with a limited rate of fire, each single barrel of the Nova's cannons was capable to fire a plasma bolt every 2 seconds, a fire barrage deadly from any point of view, given the fact that a target is always under the fire of at least 4 or 5 turrets, 8 or 10 guns, so more than 5 bolts each second, while a broadside or a frontal salvo, involving 8 or 10 turrets, could mean a sudden death, and the 2 chin-mounted heavy plasma mortars gave a further impressive firepower. This concept worked very well against the Dilgars, overwhelmed and pursued at the long distance by the Nova Star Furies. Even their most powerful warships, the excellent Sekhmeth cruisers and the dreaded Meshaker battleships, were unable to quickly defeat the well-protected Earth Forces dreadnoughts and mostly unable to survive the terrific firepower of the Novas. The Earth Force line units of that period, mostly Hyperions and Olympus, were all effective ships, but the Nova was the real iron fist of the situation, and in many occasions made the difference. Unfortunately, as was seen in the earth-minbari war, that wasn't enough. The Nova was present in the first major battle of the war. Earth launched a strike against a Minbari mid-range military base. The Minbari fleet consisted of only 12 war cruisers, to the Earth Alliance's 40 starships, which consisted of heavy cruisers and Nova dreadnoughts. The battle lasted only 12 seconds. Unable to lock on the targets, with a limited anti-fighter capability, with their Star Fury shield quickly whipped away, outnumbered, they were the only Earth warships barely capable to attempt some form of real opposition against the overwhelming power of the Minbari. In the war, On the few occasions in which the Novas managed to survive until the few kilometers of range of the manual fire control systems, the plasma cannons were able to inflict devastating damage to enemy units. As the war progressed, the Alliance tactics became more desperate. In the Battle of Sintar, a crippled Earth Dreadnought deliberately rammed a damaged Minbari warcruiser that was attempting to escape, destroying both ships in the process. From the first to the last day of that terrible conflict, the Novas were the only real opposition that the Earth was able to place in the road of destruction traced by the revenge of the powerful aliens, and tried to defend humanity until the very end. The Novas were the only warships of the younger races that were considered a real menace by the Minbari. After the war, the mass production to replenish the voids left from the losses of the war shifted in a few years to the Omega Destroyer. That is a direct evolution of the Nova design, but a different concept, better suited for standalone missions, with a more evolved and flexible weapons system and a far larger endurance thanks to the simulated gravity, that anyway retains the sturdiness, the firepower, and the other strengths of these classic dreadnoughts. Please, if you like this video, remember to like, share and subscribe. I'll be posting videos regularly. Thank you for watching.